Hello everyone, welcome back. We're playing Skywars. Welcome to a video. So today, just gonna be telling you some stories from my years of being on this earth. Because I'm 18 now, so it's basically me knowing everything about life. As I'm sure many parents will testify. Your 18-year-old children know everything there is to know, and you have nothing left to teach us in the slightest. Oh god, this isn't gonna go well. Why did I choose Enderman? Why didn't I choose Chrono? Okay. That was certainly a battle royale. I thought I'd just, give the younger viewers some ideas of life and how best to live it, because I'm the most qualified age group to be teaching this. As you may know, people from school, it happens, and it's been quite an interesting time, I guess. It's honestly as awful as it's been, and very, negatively impactful, obviously, on my year's education. It has been incredibly interesting to be going to school. It was really interesting to have school, during, lockdown and COVID and everything. That was honestly, I hated it. Apart from being able to, lie in a little bit, which I didn't even let myself do in the first lockdown, might I add. I, for some reason, was like, nah. I just gotta get that epic game of work done. And so I would just straight up be like, no lying for you, work. So I'd wake up at, 7. I'd do work. Then at 9, I'd do PE with Joe. Then I'd do more work, be done by 12, done for the rest of the day, chill for the rest of the day. I played so much Fortnite in that time. I think that, really, you gotta weigh up level of lie-in versus level of Fortnite played. What I loved was that my school, personally, we didn't do online lessons, like Zoom lessons and everything, Microsoft Teams, until the second lockdown. So for first lockdown, it was just them setting us work online, maybe doing an occasional voiceover on the PowerPoint, and we just rock and rolled. So that meant that for my German GCSE, yes, that's right, I am just a multilingual expert here. For my German GCSE, we got to play this thing. We got to do this website called Quizlet. I loved Quizlet. There was a Meteorite game on it, and I just dominated one of those. I was like, right, this one is easy enough for even idiots like me to handle. I don't want the smart people to dominate it. I'm going to. So that was an awful use of an ender pearl. Why did I do that? What did I accomplish? I'm just gonna die of fire. I didn't die of fire, which is... Oh my god, no, please. Please. Oh my god, wait. Oh! Oh my god, I'm a gamer. As I said, I loved Quizlet. It was absolutely spectacular. It actually taught me a very good amount of German. And I have taken this with me to, not speak German at all. I think I told my girlfriend I loved her in German once, just so I could be a get a bit sturdy with it, I guess. The most fun GCSE to do in lockdown was, of course, food tech. Now, as you can imagine, a cooking GCSE is fairly hands-on. You sort of need to be present in school cooking. You can't do that in a national lockdown. That's just not a thing that you can really do. That wasn't really the government wasn't like, yeah, you're all on lockdown. Apart from the all-important food tech students, you are going to be going into school and studying your asses off for this one. Going back to school after our summer holidays was postponed for my school because it set on fire. That's just something that happened. So then we spent the first bit of year 11 just at home again. that was just what we did. And then we then were like, okay, we can come back to school now. Nice. But not properly. No. For some of our classes, if you had humanities, which is like your religious studies, your history, citizenship, geography, stuff like that, we were in these portable classrooms that the school dubbed the Humanities Village, which was just awful. Honestly, just mate, we were just learning in caravans caravans. That is what was happening there. We were learning in caravans. It's not a very prestigious thing. Don't try and make it anything more than it is, which is learning inside of a caravan. As I said earlier, I'm a bit of a multilingualist. I was great at my German GCSE. However, as you will know, the British education system is one that means you can sort of just dip from a lot of your subjects once you're in year 9. I had the pleasure of doing French, because I get it, they're wanting to teach us different languages, that's cool. But my French teacher had it out for me, man. Like, she hated me. And when I say hated me, I mean hated me. So, for example, let's take this example. I had a Fitbit. It's a watch that counts your steps and everything. The strap was just too tight on my wrist. I'd done it up too tight earlier, and it was really starting to hurt. So I was like, right, I'll just undo it quick. Because it hadn't really irritated me before, but it was irritating me at that point. So I undid it. I'm sat in the corner of the class. And I get told off for, and I quote, just for adjusting the strap on my watch, literally just that. Tom, can you please stop distracting the class? We're trying to learn. And I'm like, okay. Now, hear me out. I didn't put up a fight. I said I was adjusting the strap on my watch, miss, and she was like, yeah, stop. So, hear me out now. I would have thought it would be a bit more distracting for the class, for my hand, maybe just to swell up, to go public, to fall off due to the lack of blood circulation within it. Just perhaps, than me doing this. That might be a bit more distracting to them. I don't know. Maybe that's just a personal preference. I suck. Another instance was I quite simply fell over. That was it wasn't me trying to make a joke. I stood up and my hip like twigged. I don't know why it did that. Oh, okay. I don't know why I did that, but it certainly did. And then it was just like, yeah, you're not. I stood up and my hip was like, yeah, you're not doing that anymore. You're not standing up anymore. So I just had to sort of fall. That was my only real option there. It wasn't a conscious choice. It was. I'd say I was biologically determined to fall at that point. Have I been insulted? What the... Yay! I'm fully deserving of that. I take absolutely no offence and full responsibility, but my goodness, it's funny. Yeah, so the French teacher had it out for me. And then, what made it worse was, that year, my English teacher had it out for me. Now, this may be a surprise to you, but I was a perfectly fine student. I did nothing wrong. Like, very rarely was I, like, a little prick of a student. Like, when you get, like, your classmates and they're all just complete knobs? I was not really bad. Like, I can admit the points I probably was. But the majority of the time, I was a perfectly decent person. Now, she just had it out for me. I don't know why. She just didn't like me. So, immediately, in the class, it was clear, bit of a preference towards the girls than the boys. And I'm like, fair enough. Can't blame you for that. Not fair enough. I mean, obviously I can blame her for that, but I was just sort of like, okay. And this became evident to me when I asked if I could, because, these girls had all moved seats, and I was kind of like, oh, is she, like, letting us move seats if we want to? So I said, oh, do you mind if I just move next to my friend Tom? To which she replied, no, you're a boy. I was like, oh. Well, now what we've really done here is just establish my gender. And so then I was kind of like, oh. So why does that mean I can't move? And then this hatred for boys gradually just went down in the class, and all got funneled to me. Now, I do not exaggerate when. So we had a spelling test every week that was like, oh, okay, you spell these words. Yeah, that would be cool. Spell these words, and then maybe you got to write the definition as well. Now, I got 100% every week. Like, I think the first couple of weeks, I was still learning them in the first couple of weeks. a sort of... I think I had about... I would say roughly 10 weeks in a row where I got 100%. And there were girls and other boys that got 100%. And I was kind of like, oh, okay. Because she was saying well done to all of them. Then when it got round to me, she was like, oh, okay. And just walked away. She sort of looked at my paper out the obligation of from being a teacher that she has to fulfill. Hit me! Oh, I thought they'd hit me far enough. She was just kind of like, okay, I'll have a cursory glance, I suppose, and then just moved on with her day. Going back to the fire at my school. The fire starts from the... Get this. The fire prevention equipment is their theory. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It was obviously arson by the head teacher. It was clear to me. It was clearly a maths teacher. They had it out for the humanities department, okay? Any form of liberalism and not just boiling everything down to numbers. Everything that isn't nuanced must burn. Obviously, this is a joke because I'm a philosophy student, you see, and so to me, maths is just the bane of my life. I understand that maths is important. I get why we need it in society, but I just can't. I can do arithmetic. Like I'm not that awful at maths. Just I just chose not to do any of the complicated shit. You know, big Rishi Sunak wanting us to do maths till the age of 18. I'm like, oh. Now what if I don't want to do that and I want to do philosophy? And they're just like, nah. The government's just kind of like, nah. You'll do maths, but what if I don't want to do maths? Yeah, you'll do maths. Okay, but what if I don't want to do maths? You'll do maths. Okay, you see, Rishi, I see what you're saying, but what if I don't want to do maths? Okay, well, I've run out of school stories now that I can tell anyway, because I'm currently still at school, obviously, but I don't want to risk getting myself beaten. So, I'm going to end it there, and I thank you all very, very much for watching, and make sure to go down and subscribe, because I need internet validation.